What up, guys? I just wanted to make a quick video about letting go on the golf course. Uh, what I mean by that is freeing up, right? Being okay with any outcome. I think it's the key to playing good golf. I just was struck in conversation today with my friend Kyle Karazisis that this is the thing. This is it. Of all the things that I wanted to practice and work on this summer in my game, putting mechanics and chipping, short game coach, and my driver swing and swing mechanics, like, it's all great. Like, I'm still going to work on all of it, but the number one thing that has become my goal for the summer as of tonight is letting go and being able to. What's up, guys? Today was the second round of the Baker Crossing Charity Pro-Am, which was the first event on the Dakotas Tour, and I had a really good conversation with my best friend Kyle Karazisis after golf today. We both were frustrated. We both missed the cut. We went to lunch, and we started talking about just plans to get better and where to go from here. And then when we got back to the course for some more practice, I was showing him my chipping. I was like, dude, I had some trouble with the chipping this week, and was trying to explain what was going on. He's like, here, show me. So I threw a couple balls down, hit like 5 in a row, and he's like, dude, that's perfect. Like, keep hitting them. I don't see what you're talking about yet. And I couldn't hit any of the shots I was talking about that were bad. And he's like, dude, this is just on course, like, you're in your head, like nerves on the course. You're trying to steer the ball. And I was like, wow, you're right. Like, the zone that I can get into when I'm practicing putting and chipping full swing is nothing like anything I've really ever seen on the course. Even my best rounds, there's an element of me steering the golf ball around the course and being so afraid of making mistakes that I'm not free. I'm not loose. I'm not just letting go and I don't care where the ball goes. I care a ton. Whereas on the chipping green or the practice range, that element of caring isn't there. If you blade one across the green, go pick it up and hit it again. It doesn't matter. It doesn't translate to a 6 on your scorecard and looking bad in front of your playing partners. It's so obvious to me now. We had this whole conversation about letting go. Kyle has known me for 4 or 5 years, has played a lot of golf with me. He's one of the best players I know, and other players, some of the other best players and coaches I know, have also said the same thing to me in, slightly different phrases, but basically letting go, freeing up, just be an athlete, just see your shot shapes, have no swing thoughts on the course, try to go into this place of no mind on the golf course, just visualize your ball going to the target. And I think I've always just kind of taken that advice with a grain of salt, saying yeah, that would be nice, but I don't know how to. I can't. I have to think about my swing when I play golf, because if I don't, I'm going to hit poor shots. And I feel like it just finally got through to me tonight that no, that doesn't mean I won't work on my swing, and that doesn't mean I won't work on all these other things, but it means that when I go play golf, I go play tournament golf, the only thing that matters is the target. You see your target, you visualize your ball going there in the shape that you want, and then you let go. There is no swing thought in your backswing and in your downswing. It's distinct. I can tell, and I'm sure if you're a golfer, you can relate to this. You can tell the difference between being on the driving range, where you have no care in the world where the ball goes, and you hit enough in a row to where you get to that point where you're just freewheeling it, posting all the way up on your left side, ripping at the ball, and chances are you're hitting it pretty good. And I can count on one hand, the amount of times in each round I put a swing or a putt like that on the golf ball. And it's because we're scared. We're afraid of messing up. We're playing golf, or I am at least, playing golf, protecting, not on the offense, saying, anything could happen, but I'm going for my win. It's more of no, I don't want anything to be able to happen. As long as I stay really, in control, then at least I won't make any doubles or triples. I'm going to try to protect my score. And that's the way I've played golf my entire life. I don't think I have ever played a round of golf where I was truly just tapped into targets and in a flow state and hitting shots and seeing shapes. And I think it boils down to a number of things. It boils down to ego. We care about how we're perceived by others, and we care about judgment. And by some weird way of our brain working, it makes you think that, letting go and just simply not caring would be a mistake. It would leave you open to judgment. What if I shanked it? What if I pumped 3 OB in a row? Or what if I got so focused on making the putt that I hit it 30 feet by because I was just that tapped into thinking about the cup? Like, we're not okay with those outcomes. Those would be embarrassing. And that's our ego talking. Our ego is saying, no, I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want to look bad in front of my peers. I don't want people to cast judgment on me or do it to myself. So instead of taking that chance, which would free you up to actually play to your potential and hit your best shots and play your best rounds, instead of taking that chance, we'll settle for a lesser level of our potential just so we can feel like we're in control and we're managing what people's view of us is, because we won't ever hit any shots that bad. And as Kyle and I were getting like deep into this pretty passionate, heavy conversation, one of our new buddies, ZL from Slovakia, walked over to us, and he started talking about the same thing. He's like, dude, there's one thing in my game that is plaguing me. And he's like, when I'm on the course, I rip the ball in the range. I rip it and I swing fast and all the way through. And then I get on the course, I can't do it, man. I hit these pop fades, and it's okay. Like, he shot 5 under and made the cut. And there's clearly a lot of great players. Most players still operate this way, but I think at the highest level, the best players I know, Kyle's definitely been in this place before. Brady Calkins, Matt Piconso, my coach George Gankis talks about it. When I really think about it, a lot of the best golfers I know, they talk about this place where you just let go. You just play golf. Get out of your head. And I think for me personally, it's making me aware of like a controlling issue as it relates to golf. I think it's in other areas of life, like fitness, for instance. I like things that I can control. I like fitness because I can count my calories and my protein. I can track the weight that I use for a particular amount of sets and reps. And then I can step on the scale and I can take progress pictures. And I know the formula to make a change in my body, both in terms of strength and how it looks. And I like that because it's a result that I can control. And I get very good at that process. And then I apply it to something else in life, like social media, and I start to study the metrics and insights on my posts, and I tweak them a little bit, and I understand how to run ads. And next thing you know, I've got social media trending, and like I try to take formulas from one thing and apply them to the next. But golf is an art. Golf is too much of an art. There's maybe a handful of people that seem to successfully run this model. Bryson's obviously the most popular that comes to mind, that plays golf from a control freak mode. But the vast majority of the best golfers ever obviously didn't do that. And I think I've tried to be a Bryson because it seems to match my personality more. I'm very analytical and deep thinking and reflective and self-aware, and I try to use those things to my advantage by coming up with master plans for anything I'm going to approach in life. If I'm going to do something, I want to do it to the best of my ability. So I research things, and I write notes on how to do it, and then I analyze and reflect after I take action, what went well, what didn't, and I make tweaks. And so I try to run everything I approach in life through the same model. And so as it relates to golf, I have hundreds of pages of notes, and I've videotaped all my lessons, and I've videotaped so many conversations with people, and there's a whole slew of things that I've identified as important to work on and practice in my golf game. And it's all great and it's all well-meaning. That's me giving 100% effort to trying to improve at this game. But really, golf wants you, you need to practice for sure. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying let go, just show up and play golf. That's not it. What I'm saying is after training super, super hard, and you can train however you want. If you like to work on your swing, cool. If you have a swing that just seems to hit it where you want, that's cool too. I'm saying when you go play the game of golf, and specifically the competitive game of golf, tournaments like I just did yesterday and today, let go. That's, as Kyle was describing it, it became so clear to me that I literally just played this tournament as well as everything else in my entire life from this place of being so worried about protecting my ego and making sure that I don't make mistakes and trying to not hit bad shots, that I can't hit any good shots at all. Nothing is that good. The quality, even of a putt that I make, the quality of the strike and my, like, the calmness of my nerves and my, stability through the shot, like, there's no comparison between almost everything I hit on the practice screen and my best shots on the course. And it's like, well, why is that? What's changed? Like, you went from being on the practice screen, super, super calm, confident, collected, not worried about results because you've got another ball you can rake in and another ball you can rake in, to 2 hours later you smack the white ball around 20 times, and all of a sudden now you're over, a putt for 3 birdies in a row or a putt to make the cup, and you're shaking uncontrollably and the sky feels like it's going to fall on you. Like, what is that? What's changed? And where has all of this anxiety come from? And it's the fear of making mistakes and the fear of failure. And this is way deeper than golf. This is a life concept, right? Trying to dissolve the ego and not judge things as good or bad. Just, let things be, let them simply be. It is what it is. Like, who said that the ball going in the cup was good and going left was bad? Like, it's just a ball rolling on the green. Like, who said that a 70 was good and an 80 was bad, and like a drive going left to right versus right? Like, it's just all of these golfisms that if you spend your whole life in the world of golf hearing people talk about it and seeing people play it on TV, like, you're just gonna pick it up through osmosis. And it's not good. Like, it's not making you better. Like, playing golf from a place of no mind and no ego and just reacting athletically to what it presents in front of you. If you played golf without any coaching and any exposure to tournament players that take it so serious and try to protect, you'd be so much better off. And so I'll try to wrap it up pretty quick here. Obviously, this is a long video, and I'm gonna, make banger YouTube vlog type content as well. So if you're just here for the hype videos, these ones you can go ahead and skip. But I also want to try to riff on some of these deeper topics about golf game improvement, because I know a lot of you guys are here for that and do have the attention span and time to sit and listen to a 10 or 15 minute video that has value packed in there that you just need to go along for the ride and the story to get. So that's pretty much it. That's become my single most important goal for the summer. Nothing is as important to me as trying to play of course I'd like to play a round of golf, but at first it's just going to be individual shots during the round of golf, trying to let go, to truly be able to say I hit that, not being afraid of any outcome. It's not like I don't care where it goes. That's not what I'm trying to say. That's like too lackadaisical of an attitude. I'm not saying like just be asleep out there. I'm just saying, like, of course you're trying your best and you're visualizing the shot you want to hit, but you're acknowledging that, like, your body's going to do the best that it can, and nothing that you can program into your brain before you hit that shot, like, keep the club outside my hands on the way up, or I need to really make sure I strike down on this one. Nothing you can program into your brain is going to make you do a better job than your body already knows how to do. And so getting out of your own way, letting go, those are the ways to bring out the best performance in you. And I'm speaking about this like I know it, like I've done it or something, when in reality, like, this is a goal of mine and I'm hoping I can get there. But I think throughout my lifetime of playing golf, I've hit enough shots that I understand the difference between a guided swing and a free swing, and one where you were really worried about negative outcomes you didn't want. You didn't want it in the water hazard. You didn't want it in the bunker short of the green. You didn't want to hit it over the green, versus I'm not thinking about any of that. I'm just trying to hit the best shot I can. Like, I can relate to sitting on the putting green right now and watching putts go in with like no reaction, like having zero rise in my heartbeat as the putt's rolling towards the cup. Like, is it going to go in or is it going to miss? Like, I don't care. It's like, it might or it might not, but there's nothing attached to it on the practice putting green. It doesn't count for anything. It's not a putt to win a tournament or make a cut. And so, yeah, of course, like, it's different when you're playing a tournament, but only because we make it different. We attach this meaning to it in our brain that, like, oh, this is a tournament. This is much more important. take more time. And I played with guys today that were absolutely grinding. It was painful to watch, and they were the nicest, coolest guys ever. So if you're watching this, please don't take this the wrong way. It was just like very obvious that they were trying way too hard. I've done this my entire golf career too, so I'm not casting judgment or preaching, but you can see like it doesn't take 90 seconds to hit a putt. That's because you're afraid of making a mistake, and you're trying way too hard. And so having the ability to let your natural athletic ability out and just hit shots, and then not playing into the normalcies of golf and judging things like, oh, I can't, don't leave it short, or don't hit it more than 3 feet by because I don't want a 3-putt. Like, who came up with all these things? Like, the object is simple: get the ball in the hole in as few strokes as possible. We could all do a much better job of that if we stopped judging ourselves, stopped judging the shots we hit. We we don't need to overcomplicate things. Like, the game really, I don't think, is that hard. It's just that life and society in general moves us in this direction of, we have an ego, we compare ourselves to others, we judge everything, we want to put things in boxes, things are good or bad. And this is much more of like the mindfulness side of things, but I'm telling you, I think this is all way more important than golf. Like, this is where practicing things like meditation and slowing down in life to where you can actually reflect through things like journaling and reading books, and just not spending all of your time plugged into your cell phone or connected to people, so that you can actually think and start to come to some of these realizations like what I'm talking about right now. That, like, what is ego? Why do I care about being on the driving range and hitting a shot, fat or thin, or shanking one, if I'm warming up for a tournament, and having the guy next to me like see that? First and foremost, no one's paying attention to you. That's just like a life thing. No one cares about you. That would be a great lesson to get through all of your heads, and mine as well. Like, we are all so wrapped up in ourselves that no one else has the time to be paying that much attention to you. We think others are watching so closely and care so much about us, and they don't. Like, we're all selfish. We all really just care about ourselves for the most part. And so that could be like a sigh of relief when you're worried so much about judgment. Like, as my driving range example goes, like, I had this idea years ago and I never had the balls to do it. I was like, dude, every morning you should shank like 10 in a row before you start playing on the range, like next to guys. Like, get that out of the way and be looking around like, yeah, what's up? I did that. Like, I'm still the man. Like, I still believe in myself. I don't care. Like, that would be a great way to set the precedent, as opposed to what I normally do and what I'm sure everyone else probably feels, which is like, okay, first shot, like, don't play this one, don't chunk this one. Or if we do hit a bad one, we probably look up, whether you admit it or not. You're probably like looking around, seeing if somebody saw you hit that, because you care about them judging you. Get rid of that. How is that helping you be better in any way, shape, or form? That is, and it's not your fault either. This is like programmed into us as children. This growing up in society, like, as a child, when you're born, you aren't programmed with these things. These are like learned behaviors that come to you through a lifetime of being a citizen of the world. Like, there's not very many societies that operate from a place of mindfulness. I'm happy to see that the world is trending that way, especially the Western world. Eastern world's been steps ahead of us in that for a very long time, but I think we're far, far away from a world that doesn't teach people to care about judgment and have an ego and things like that. So anyway, gonna wrap it up, but basically, I feel so strongly about this, and it's tough to regurgitate, like, in the car exactly the same way the conversation went. That's a big part of my goal this summer, is to get better and better at capturing those organic moments while they're happening. But you got to realize that, like, as Kyle and I are getting into this conversation, it would completely ruin it to like pull out my phone and set it up on a tripod and try to stand right there and like have an interview style conversation about it that he knows is, you know, for social media. Like, it's a delicate balance between living life and being a part of these moments where I'm being inspired by others and learning from them and growing and having material to share with you guys. It's a delicate balance between that and then trying to film it and share it with you. So I think over time I'll get better and better, and more guys will know that I do all of this content stuff as well. And there'll be times when I can get, conversations like that filmed off the cuff. There will be others that I try to set up where we actually sit down and have interviews and talk about things, more specific topics. But there's just a slight difference when people know the camera's on and they know it's being recorded. It's just not as organic and natural. And so in the name of not ruining those kind of moments, I think I'm usually going to opt for just living it, being present, being there, and then as best as I can after the fact, immediately trying to regurgitate what just happened and what I learned into a video so that I can share with more people. Because I wish that I could have had a live TV show streaming that to 10 million people. I wish everyone that plays a game of golf could have heard the conversation we just had, because it's from a player who shot 59 before, has won multiple times, is an insanely talented professional golfer and an awesome human being. And I've been playing golf for a long time as well, and it was this incredible back and forth riffing that we were going through on this same topic I'm talking about. And I'm missing some of the points, but the gist is to just let it go, get out there and let it fly. I'm going to try to do that all summer. I can't wait to share updates with you guys on how that's going, and I hope some of you try it as well, because it takes courage. It's not easy. It would be it's easier to try to control things. It's not going to get you the best results, but that's what everyone does. It's hard to let go and have it becomes a possibility that you shoot 90. Okay, so what? I'm still here. The world's still spinning. I'm still going to play another round of golf. Like, that's the attitude. That's a confident, courageous attitude right there. So I'm going to be striving my best all summer to get there. May not happen by the end of the summer. Maybe it will. Maybe I'll get halfway there. But my effort towards that will be 100%. So this is also a video reminder to myself to stay true to my word. So drop something in the comments if this resonated with you and it was relatable, or you've had some experience with this. I'd love to continue this conversation. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it. If you're not already, please consider subscribing to me for more golf, fitness, health and wellness, mindfulness content, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss another video. Take care, guys.